Hello everyone, this is Moshe the Electric Israeli. If you're new, please subscribe and help me change the world one electric car at a time. Thank you to all my supporters. If you're in the market to buy a Tesla car, please use my referral code. Thank you for those who have. I rarely do videos on this channel about Chinese cars for the simple reason there are no Chinese cars for sale in the United States because of these high tariffs. By the way, started with Biden. I have to say, Biden slapped 100% tariffs, and we're not going to go into these tariff wars between the United States and China and the rest of the world. Trump is fighting the whole world. However, in the case that this will happen and Chinese cars will come, yesterday or the other day I spoke about the great breakthrough of technology of BYD. BYD is the biggest car manufacturer of electric cars slash plug-in hybrids. 3.5 million in the world, but not in the United States. Okay. Now there's another company, I'm sure you heard of it, Xiaomi. Xiaomi is a phone company like Apple. Okay, they're very popular in China. And a year ago, exactly a year ago, in March of 2024, they launched this amazing looking car called the Xiomi SU7. And besides the technology and besides the advancement and the look, it looks like a Model S. The price was like under $30,000. Obviously, they're not making money. If they are even, that would be a miracle. But they decided to do what Chinese car makers do. Entering, I don't blame the United States. I tell you the truth, I don't blame the United States by not letting Chinese cars come here because it's just going to drop the prices. They don't care that they lose money because they have the Chinese government backing them up. Now, if they're going to produce here, then the prices are going to be according to the United States market. But their cars are amazing. I am going to drive some Chinese cars this week, okay, abroad, not in the United States, okay? So when they launched the Xiaomi, they had tens of thousands of orders. So here's the numbers: 200,000 Xiaomi, and this is one model, the SU7, were delivered. 130, almost 137,000 in 2024, and the rest is this year so far in less than 3 months. In less than 3 months, that's unbelievable. So Xiaomi in 2024 was planning to sell 76,000 of this SU7 amazing car. Not only they broke the record, this record went up to 120,000 mid-year and ended up with 100. Here's the exact number: 136,854. Okay, now I'm going to give you a comparison to American companies who sell cars in China, like Ford, GM, and Tesla. So so Ford, for example, Ford sell one brand in China, the Mach-E, and their amazing CEO, which I like, Jim Farley, described the market in China as street fights. Okay, street fights. They only sold, listen to this, it's pathetic, 999 Mach-E's in 2024 in China, according to the Car News China magazine. Okay, let's give them one more, 1,000. GM is a different story. First of all, they sell their own models, Buick, Cadillac, and Chevy. They sold 69,403 of these brands. Okay, but they have partnership. They have a partnership with a company called Baojun, and they sold 33,630 units. But they have a much bigger partnership with SAIC, and Wuling. Okay, and they sold 602,952. But I have to tell you, Wuling is a lot of two-seater cars. Okay, like city cars. Okay, now Ford in the United States, Ford sold 97,000 electric cars, Mach-E's and Ford F-150 and the E-Transit. GM sold in the United States 140,400, but they have more offering, like the Chevy Blazer, the Equinox, the Silverado, the Cadillac Lyric, and the Optic. And the Hammer EV and the Sierra and all that. And so they have more offering than Ford. Amazing. Tesla has one main offering, the Model Y, and it dominates the market. Up to Model Y and then Model 3, of course, after that. So Xiaomi, basically, what made them to be so famous? Two things. Price, okay, I told you, sub 30,000. and loaded with technology. So think about, remember Apple Computer? And they were trying for years and years and years to come up with their cars, and they just forgot about it. Xiaomi did it in like 1 year. They took, imagine all the iPhone technology going into a car, and it's amazing, beautiful design. That's what Xiaomi did. They took all their amazing technology, shoved it in the car, made it beautiful. It's a beautiful car. And I say, okay, here we go, $30,000. Broke the market. Now, I don't know if you know that in China, there are 130 car companies. 130. Most of them will go bankrupt, and some of them go, and others come up. That we know, but that's okay. The main one, obviously, is BYD, Geely, and NIO to a certain extent, but Xiaomi just kicked everybody's butt. Now, I have to tell you, Tesla Model Y is still the best seller there. It's unbelievable, one model. Now, the Chinese, their strategy inside of China, as many variants as possible. BYD has 40 variants of cars. Tesla have 2. Model S, Model 3, and Model Y. That's it. I know the others, but they don't sell. Okay, that's it too. And that's incredible how they are still able to be at the top per brand. It's over 600,000 in China last year. Amazing. So what they do in lightning speed, so they reached 100,000 units in like 229 days. Incredible. It's by November of last year they got 100,000 units sold. For Tesla, that was twice as much with the Model Y. So the Chinese are coming. I don't know how they're going to get into the United States, from which door, the front door, the back door, or just drop from the sky. But if I didn't say that, Elon Musk said that. If they get to the United States, goodbye GM, goodbye Stellantis, goodbye Ford. Not because I'm a patriot, but they design whether you are electric cars or you don't. You can't be both. Okay? If the Chinese took over the world, 80% of the world electric cars are made in China. 80%. Not to mention lithium and cobalt and all that stuff. So we better pay more attention to that in the United States. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching.